What's up, everybody? Welcome to Metal Remains Backstage. I am Carlos. We are in New York City, as you can see. And next to me today is Mr. Mo Royce, a vocalist and guitar player from the band Tragedy.
Hey, everybody.
She's got it. Yeah, baby, she's got it. I'm your Venus. I'm your fire. Your desire.
How are you today?
All right.
Thank you for accepting our invitation first.
Good to be here.
Yeah, great. And we like to start interviews with probably one of the most serious questions in our interviews.
Okay, I'm going to give the most serious answer.
Okay, great. And that is, what have you been listening these days?
I've been listening to a whole lot of Tragedy's new album, I Am Woman.
Great.
And I'm not kidding. I was listening to it on the way over here.
Great. I haven't, so I'm kind of jealous right now.
Yeah, well, you should be.
Tragedy is an all metal tribute to the Bee Gees and beyond.
Yes.
That basically means that you do metal covers of the Bee Gees, disco hits, and pop hits as well.
That's
Am I
right.
right?
Yep.
Can you tell me who can we blame for such a genius and ridiculous idea at the same time?
Thanks for thinking it's genius. It's definitely ridiculous, and we try to make it genius. I think some people might think it's just utterly stupid as an idea until they hear Tragedy.
Right.
So, yeah, came up with it. It was 2007, and I was working on an album with a band called Children of the Unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
I was producing their album, and the singer and I were taking a lunch break in the studio, and we get a call from a promoter here in New York who wanted to do a couple shows at Irving Plaza and wanted to have kind of an entertaining kind of band on the night. And he was like, what could you guys come up with? So we're like, we'll call you back. And then we sat there, ate our salads, and we're throwing ideas back and forth, and we're like, oh man, how about a metal tribute to the Bee Gees? So you take, disco, which was ostracized, and metal, which was ostracized, and they hated each other, and put them together, and that should be ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it is, but it was more than that. Like, we started working on it, and it really got all of our creative juices going, and it really connected with audiences, and here we are, how many years later?
Right.
10 albums later. You were counting the albums earlier. I think it's 10 albums now.
Yeah.
And
Feels like it,
world
yeah.
famous rock stars.
Awesome. Talking about the records, you have probably 8 or 9 records out there. If we include the live album and the Christmas album you have. But when it comes to business, I am a complete ignorant. So
Me too.
I have to ask you, how do you deal with all the copyrights and the legal stuff? Is it a real pain in the ass to get the proper approvals to get a record out there full of covers of very popular songs?
I have no idea. So, actually, as far as putting out albums, there's statutes here, around the world, really, and they go back to, I don't know, maybe the 1920s or 1930s or something like that, where any artist can record any song. You just have to pay the statutory fees to do that.
Okay.
So that part is pretty easy.
That's something
And
new
then-
for me. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then for videos, you're supposed to get video sync rights, which is, and for a band, like, they want to put a video out, like, it's the same process that, like, a big Hollywood movie studio would go through, trying to get the rights to a song. But YouTube has made it fairly easy, but then they take all your money from your YouTube channel and give it to the song publishers. It's kind of nuts, right?
Yeah.
Like, you do a recording yourself, and you produce a whole video yourself, and any money that's made from it goes to the original song publishers.
Yeah. Even
Unless, I mean, that's the automated way of doing it.
Right,
If you work
yeah.
out a deal, you know,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Yeah.
The band has, as far as I know, 5 members. And there is a 6th member, this towel boy called Lance.
yes,
Is he a roadie? Is he a groupie? What's the deal with this guy?
he's a towel boy. He's a complete idiot. Um, you know, what can I tell you? Like, you know, we get moist on stage. You know, we're working hard up there, so we need someone to come and tell us off occasionally. And so, you know, we have this intern we invite to be our towel boy, and then he starts thinking that he's part of the show or something. And
He's showing up in all the videos.
he shows up everywhere, man. We
Even
try to
on-
leave
on-
him. We leave him at the side of
Even
the
in the
road
covers of the album.
every day. I know. He just sneaks in there somehow.
I Am Woman is the title of your upcoming album. It's
Yeah.
due later in March of this year, 2023, through Napalm Records.
That's right.
Can you give us some details about that record? And I wanted to ask you, what do you guys mean by the title of the album itself?
Everything is a song made famous by a woman artist. And the bigger theme would be that we're, well, tragedy always tries to walk in someone else's shoes. That's, you know, the idea at the beginning was that, you know, we're kind of metal band, but doing disco songs, kind of
Right.
doing the opposite.
Yeah.
And we find that to be inspiring. We find that it expands our horizons as artists and as human beings. And that's kind of what, you know, what the inspiration was behind this album. And then the themes on the album, you know, it depends on the song. Not every song a woman writes is going to be a protest song or a romance song or something like that.
Yeah.
So it covers a lot of territory.
Great, great. And for someone who hasn't been able to be in one of your shows, I am one of those. I have only seen videos, but
You need
the
you
album
need to
is
come to
the album
show.
is coming out, and I know you're gonna be on tour, so I'm
Yeah.
sure I'm gonna be there. But before I that happens, can you give us a little idea how is a live show with Tragedy?
It's a group of very handsome men, such as myself, very muscular, and very tight fitted, tighter than this, about as shiny as this, but really skin tight. And we sing really high and really hard, and we play blistering guitar solos, and it's a very entertaining show. There's a lot of comedy in the live show, and just you know what people say. We hear this all the time, that the next day their face hurts from smiling so much.
Great, awesome. That is a great expectation right there. I remember the first video that we saw from the upcoming album was for the song Venus, and we talk about it in our weekly podcast that everybody should check out on youtube.com/Metal Remains. And we kind of do like little summaries for each video that we discussed. And the one for that video that we made up was band films video with their mothers and sisters to save payment to the models. What can you tell us about that video? How was the experience of doing that?
It was our mothers and sisters. No, that video, we have like all this, we have such a great creative family here in New York City. And yeah, we have many Venuses represented. So the theme of that song is that, well, everybody has their own personal Venus, their own personal goddess of love. So we have all these different, I guess, types or personas of Venuses. Like there's this amazing cabaret performer here in New York, Tammy Faye Starlight. I don't know if you know her, but she's the one with the laser beam eyes.
Okay.
We have DJ Crystal Durant, who works as a professional muse. We have on that Marcy Harriel, who actually sings Respect with us on the album. She's like a Broadway singer, incredible talent. Yeah, the whole idea was like very different personalities, different ages, different body types. And because, what's going to get you off, what's going to really connect for you, your ideal goddess of love is going to be different for everybody.
Yeah, yeah. Great. It's a great video. It's a great cover. And Manuel, we were completely wrong about what we said about it. For our final question, can you share with us one of your favorite backstage moments?
Well, Gary Bibb. Gary Bibb was in the band for, 6-7 years or something like that. And he got a lot of, shall we say, toilet sex.
Okay.
Let's just call it what it is. And, to say it's one of my favorite, it was one of my least favorite moments too. But he had a moment in the UK where he brought 2 ladies upstairs. We were in a split level dressing room that night, and I could hear what was going on up there. And then I got to hear him finish, followed by 2 ladies giggling. That was a real tragedy moment right there.
Yeah. There you have it. Tragedy. Cool. It's been a pleasure, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
If you have liked this video, please subscribe to our channel. Make sure you support Tragedy. Get their upcoming album. Go see them live because they are fun and they deserve it. And until next time, stay disco metal.
All right!
Yeah.